think the key factor has been dedication and hard work. Not everybody is academically brilliant, but one definitely needs to set his goals right. Try and see of striving towards achieving those goals. I think Lady Luck plays a very critical role in terms of the way your life goes on. You keep focused on what you want to do. Be prepared to accept failures the way they are, but yet strive hard to achieve what you ultimately want to do. I think for some success comes early, for some success comes later in life. But the important point is that you should be very clear about the goal that you necessarily need to achieve.
Right.
That's a very important thing that one should step on. As I mentioned to you, I think only academic brilliance might not necessarily take everybody everywhere. And similarly, doing multiple things and not focusing on just a single thing is probably again going to be very dilutive in terms of the net outcome. Stay focused, keep trying, you'll succeed someday. I think it's just that as you progress in life, you start deciding where you went right and where you went wrong, and probably try and hold on to what all you did right, and probably see if you could move forward and try and achieve what you want to do.
Right.
So anecdotally, I'll just tell you that I was a financial analyst throughout my career, and had my last engagement was with Goldman Sachs, where I was a fund manager. And in 2015, I was deciding to move out of Goldman Sachs and try and create a portfolio management services company myself. And that's when I got this opportunity, an ad in the newspaper for lateral hiring into the government. This is how I came to government. It was a dream for me, and I first wanted that tomorrow when I'm not around, people should remember me for a physical asset that got created. That was my passion. Fortunately, it was, I think, divine intervention, as you would say, that it came through, and I became executive director of Nagpur Metro. And I'm also being lucky that I got a wonderful MD, Mr. Dixit, who gave me the opportunity to come over to Pune and then handle this project completely. That's been a wonderful opportunity, and I guess not everybody gets everything in life. So I'm grateful to Almighty that I got this opportunity. And last 5.5 years I've been managing the metro projects in Maharashtra, Mumbai and Pune now. Pune and Nagpur. So very clearly, the journey has been wonderful so far. These are extremely challenging times.
Right.
The post-pandemic situation is going to be very, very tough, especially for the youngsters who are just passing out.
Correct.
The important point is that they would have a lot of digression in terms of what they want to do. They suddenly would probably lose focus. Somebody who's been brilliant in marketing, but just because not getting an opportunity, will try and pick up something in advertising and try and just be around. I mean, that's an attitude which is typically there in youngsters. I guess today the important point is to be employed and just keep your mind active.
Correct.
So while you start off with that, because that is the only opportunity that you get at this point of time, you remain focused on what you ultimately want to do. Stay afloat and try and then refocus on what you want to do at a much later stage in life. These are very tiring times in which you will be under a lot of mental stress. I think very clearly every student should take it in their stride that this is a once in a lifetime event that's happening. Okay? And they are fortunate or unfortunate that they are part of this entire pandemic situation. I think if you look at India from 1991, for example, we have had these waves of economic contraction and expansion, which keeps happening over a period of time. So it's a 7-year cycle, typically from an economic standpoint. And I guess that everything is not over. There are huge bright spots that will happen, and the kids need to remain focused. The students have to focus on what they ultimately want to do, but not to lose hope. I think that's very important. So continuously go on applying, putting in applications. Don't get bored because you don't get a call. Don't be upset because you were almost there but didn't get it. But go on trying. I think somewhere It could be that for some of them, unfortunately, it might be 10 months that they would probably land up with their first job. That's possible. But I guess that they should not lose hope and continue to strive what they want to achieve. And also what has happened is many of them, not everybody is the so well-to-do. All of us, many of us have come from middle class background, taken loans for education and blah blah blah, and all that is also there. So I think they should also understand that there are, out of the 138 crore people who are there, if you look at it, I think it's you're part of that 120 crore people who are probably impacted because of the COVID. So I think you have to understand and take it in the right spirit and stride. It's an unfortunate event, but I guess India will come back, and India will come back in a hurry. And I'm sure every youngster who studied and who's done something for themselves will definitely find a place. I will tell you what I know about Lexicon overall. When I came to Pune and the Pune Metro project came up, metro projects typically have engineers and system guys who typically come with knowledge of metro. And they are specialized people who come and they work. Biggest challenge when you come to a new city was admission for kids. That was a very big challenge. And I can very clearly say that whenever, since I also manage HR for the metro here in Pune, whenever people came to me, and the first thing that came was, one is, where do I buy myself an accommodation on rental, which office will be given to me so that my commute time is lesser. And the second very important thing that normally used to come up is admissions. And I think I'm really grateful to the Lexicon group, because I think they have been overwhelmingly supportive of this. They welcomed people who came into Pune, especially to create an infrastructure project in Pune for the people of Pune. They did welcome everybody who came in, and they've been a great support system from that perspective. Over the last 3 years, I've not been in Pune before, but at least over the last 3 years, my sense is that there is commitment from the management in terms of what they want to deliver very clearly. And given that they've also come from a very hard growth strategy, they've come from a background where they're not into education, from publishing on to education, and they've struggled their earlier days. I think every step that they take, obviously for most people who come from the ground, is that they have not inherited anything, it's a creation. So you could say they are first generation from that perspective. So when such a thing normally happens, I think every step that you take is obviously very well calculated, and you do realize that you don't come from that background and that business, so you need a team to take you forward. And I guess what I could understand from whatever I know about them is that they have created a team in Lexicon, and they've created very good teachers and very good environment overall. And I guess that is what makes an institution. I think it is gurus who drive institutes, the teachers who drive the institutes, the professors who drive the institute, more than the promoters. So I think they've been able to bundle them up very well, and I guess that is what is going to pay in terms of the performance of students and the institutional reputation that will fall in place. So that's very nice to hear, because I did hear about what they were doing, because I'm clearly worried, because I do see that kids are drifting, and that's a very worrisome, because we always boast of India as a great economic story as compared to a Japan, which is mature in terms of economic growth, primarily because of the young generation who are going to become the future leaders of the country, and the entire consumption pattern of this country would depend on them. As their disposable income curve goes up, they start earning. So India's story is youngsters. And I think this pandemic has probably slightly impacted the mental health of quite a few, primarily because of, say, unemployment, the admissions not getting over, longer period of the whole process and things like that. The government has been trying its best in terms of putting things in perspective, but a risk to life is something which nobody wants to play around, and I guess that's why the whole process has got delayed.
Correct. Let's hope India fights back properly.
I think we've done our work. This is probably going to happen, as probably not been the way we
It
would have
just
expected.
passed very
It's
smoothly,
beautifully, the whole cycle seems to have matured, and it seems that the numbers are fading down, which is a very positive development.
Seeing
overall.
other countries, I think India has also done wonderful. Like
Wonderful.
what news
I think
we used to
people's
hear.
discipline has been wonderful.
Correct.
If you look at it, everybody, I mean, the first 3-4 months, nobody stepped out of houses.
Yeah, we
All
we
housing
genuinely-
complexes were just shut.
Correct.
People didn't mind losing their incomes at the expense of the well-being of others.
Right.
So a wonderful community living has come into us, and I guess that's a very good step overall.